Unit 5 review, we do, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the we do side. So number 1 says find the equivalent radical by simplifying the following. So we have the square root of 104. So remember when we're simplifying radicals, we use the factor tree. And remember our prime numbers for the factor tree are 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. So if we're starting our factor tree here, out of those prime numbers, 2 goes into 104 52 times. And then 2 also goes into 52, let's see, 20, give me one moment, 52 divided by 26 times. And then 2 goes into 26 13 times. And then 13 is also a prime number that I can add up here. So now we're circling our pairs of prime numbers. So I have a pair of 2's. So that means my pair goes on the outside, so 2. Then I write my square root. And then my prime numbers that are left, so 2 and 13, I multiply 2 times 13. So this is equal to 2 square roots of 26. That's my answer. Okay, let's look at number 2. Number 2 says find the equivalent radical by simplifying the following. So it's very similar to the tops. Remember our prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. So when we're simplifying our radicals, we're only going to look inside the square root. So let's look at 96. So 2 can go into 96 48 times. And then 2 can go into 48 24 times. And then 2 goes into 24 12 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. And 2 goes into 6 3 times. So now if I'm circling my pairs, I have a pair of 2's here, a pair of 2's here, and then I have these ones left over. So since I have 2 pairs of 2's, this becomes 2 times 2, square root of whatever's left over, so 2 times 3. But don't forget about that 10 that was in the front. So that 10 is actually going to go right in the front here, and we're going to multiply it. So now we have 10 times 2 times 2, which is 40. Square roots of 2 times 3, which is 6. This is our answer. Okay, let's look at number 3. Number 3 says simplify the following expression. So we have 4a to the negative 2, b to the 3, c, divided by 16a, b to the 6, c to the negative 5. So first we have to simplify our coefficients. So we have 4 divided by 16. If we type that into our calculator, that becomes 1 over 4. Then we have a to the negative 2 and a. So remember when we're dividing, we subtract. So this is a to the negative 2 minus 1, which equals a to the negative 3. Since it's negative, we write it on the bottom and make it positive. So a to the 3rd power. Then we have our b's. We have b to the 3 minus 6, which equals b to the negative 3. Again, since it's negative, it goes on the bottom, make it positive. And then we have c to the 1 minus negative 5, which equals c to the 6. Since it's positive, it goes on the top. So this is our answer. Okay, let's look at number 4. Number 4 says simplify the following expression. So these ones are being multiplied. And remember, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So this becomes b to the negative 5 plus 2, which equals b to the negative 3. Since we have a negative exponent, we have to turn it into a fraction and move it to the bottom. So this becomes 1 over b to the 3 since it turns positive. Okay, let's look at example 5. Example 5 is another multiplication problem. So remember, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So first, let's look at our coefficients. So we have 3 and negative 4. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So that's the first part of our answer, negative 12. Then let's look at the a's. We have a to the 2 plus negative 2. Remember, since we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So this is equal to a to the 0, which is equal to 1, which means we don't have to write the a at all. It's like the a disappears. Okay, let's look at b's. We have b to the negative 4 plus 9, which equals b to the 5, so I write b to the 5. Then I have c to the 4 plus negative 7, which equals c to the negative 3. Since it's negative, we need to turn our answer into a fraction and write it on the bottom. That's our answer. Okay, let's look at number 6. Number 6 says simplify the following expression. So this is a power to a power. So we're going to take this power of 2 and we're going to distribute it inside the parentheses, giving it to everything inside. So this becomes 5 squared, a to the 4 times 2, b to the 6 times 2, and c to the 3 times 2. 5 squared is 25. A to the 4 times 2 is a to the 8th. B to the 6 times 2 is b to the 12th. And c to the 3 times 2 is c to the 6th. So this is my answer. Okay, let's look at number 7. Number 7 says simplify the following expression. So this one looks like a lot of steps. So first, we're just going to do this part first, just the division one. So we have 15 divided by 3, 15 divided by 3, which is 5. Then we have a to the 3 all by itself, so I'm just going to rewrite it. And then I have b to the 2, so b to the 2, minus b, so this is b to the 2 minus 1, since this one right here, which is just equal to b, so I write b. Okay, now let's look at this one. So this one I can simplify by first doing the power to the power. So this becomes 4a to the 18 over b to the negative 8. So this is my answer so far. But in order to make it even simpler, since I have a negative 8 on the bottom right here, I can move it to the top. So all I'm dealing with is a multiplication problem. So that means I have 5a3b times 4a18 b to the positive 8. I moved this b to the top. Okay, so now I have 5 times 4, which is 20. Then I have a3 plus a18, which is a to the 21, and b1 and b8, which is b9. That's my answer. Okay, let's look at number 8. Number 8 says find the area of a rectangle, which we know is area equals length times width. If the width is 3xy cubed and the length is 7x cubed y squared. So area is equal to 7x3y2 times 3xy3. So this looks like a multiplication problem. So first I multiply my coefficients. So the 7 times 3 is 21. Then I add my exponents. X to the 3 plus x to the 1 is x to the 4. Y to the 2 and y to the 3 becomes y to the 5. So this is my area. Okay, let's look at number 9. Number 9 says if the area of a rectangle is this and the width is this, what is the length? So area is equal to length times width. So area is 81x6 y14, and we don't know length, and width is 3xy6. So that means in order to get this length by itself, I'm going to have to divide by 3xy6. Divide by 3xy6. So if I simplify this, let's see what I get. 81 divided by 3 right here is 27. X to the 6 and x to the 1, we subtract that. That becomes x to the 5. And y to the 14 and y to the 6, we subtract it, becomes y to the 8. So this is our length. Okay, last problem. It says a rectangular prism has a width a length and a height of this, and it wants us to find the volume. So volume is equal to length times width times height. Our length is k squared ml. Our width is kml. And our height is m3l2. So it's just a multiplication problem, so I'm just going to add all the exponents. So out of all the k's, I have 3 of them, right here and here. Out of the m's, I have 1, 2, and then these 3, which is m to the 5. And then out of the l's, I have 1, 2, and these 2, which is l to the 4. That's my answer, and that's the volume. Okay, now you guys are working on the I do side.